I just completed my 10th sketchbook, and that means, of course, it's the perfect time to break into a brand new one, and that is what we're going to be doing today. So this is going to be my new sketchbook, and oh boy, I'm so excited to work in this. It has this beautiful fabric cover, super shiny with the gold and everything. It has a tiny little loop here that you can put a pen into. Like, how cute is that? I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. This sketchbook doesn't have a brand name or anything on it. It's just this book. I bought it on Taobao, which is like Chinese online shopping because I live in China. So I don't know if it's gonna be easy to get it to the US or anything, because I know most of you guys are from the US. I'm gonna try to put a link in the description box down below if I can find this again. But again, I don't know how easy it's gonna be to get that anywhere outside of China. So yeah, it's my first square sketchbook that I'm ever using, and the paper has, I already opened this before, the paper has such a nice texture. It just feels so nice. It's fairly thick, like a little bit thinner than from my last sketchbook, which has like kind of thicker watercolor paper. But I think this is still gonna hold up pretty well, and yeah, I can't wait to see how like all my supplies perform on this, and I think I'm just gonna start out making some kind of drawing on here. We don't need to decorate the cover for this one because I mean it's gorgeous already. So yeah, I think it's time to just get out my pencil case and get sketching. Okay, so this might be kind of a weird inspiration source, but I got this little phone charger biter thing, and it looks like it's biting into your phone when you're charging it, and I just love this little fox so much. So I might do like a character inspired by him because he's just so cute. I mean, look at him. He's adorable. So since I used this little boy here as inspiration, I kind of mimicked the patterns that are on this fox's face on the mask that I drew here. And I think I'm just gonna go with the same colors for the mask as well. So let's just do that. I'm using a Pentel Aquash water brush for this and my Schmincke watercolors. Let's just see how this goes. So I'm just putting a little wash of this kind of peachy color for the mask because I don't want it to be completely white. I kind of want it to be a little bit more reddish. So we're starting out with that, and then I'll continue to give a similar tone to the skin. Maybe a little bit lighter, like so. The paper's kind of roughed up here because I kept messing up the pose. I had to erase a lot, so the paper is a little bit damaged in that area. So let's see how the color dries on here. I hope it's gonna be okay. Just giving all of this a quick wash. That's looking pretty okay. Then I'll take a little bit of light blue for the uniform. Just give that a very light wash. Yeah, so the paper is definitely like not made for watercolor, but it works on it. The paper is very, it does suck in color a lot, like when you work with markers and stuff. I think it's gonna suck the ink out of it a bit more than other paper would. So this is like not the most ideal paper for wet media ever, but on the other hand, it dries really quickly and the washes look pretty good. So I guess it has its pros and its cons. Oop, that was a lot of water. Paper towel to the rescue. I'm usually really messy with like the first washes. I know that I probably should try to work a bit more clean, but I just like slapping on all the color first and then kind of giving it more detail. Just slap it all on. Random side note, I'm listening to the Attack on Titan soundtrack right now in the feels. Ah, it's so good, but also so sad. Literally, the death toll in that show is so high, I can't. Okay, let's start with some color stuff on the face, or on the mask. So I'm gonna do like the border of this in a nice little red. Little red? How can red be little? I don't know. In a nice red color. Good thing that this brush is so pointy. It keeps its shape surprisingly well, even though I'm not too careful with it. Like this brush has seen some shit. I wonder if I should add even more colors into this color scheme of the mask, because we have like the red and the blue. I mean, there's a bit of yellow, but maybe I'll just slap in some more yellow to give like that primary color kick. Whatever. Not for the blue line on the nose. Pretty cute. And I don't want to go with like full on black for the tip of the nose and everything. So I think I'm gonna do like a dark purplish color that I'm just gonna mix really quick with some of the colors I have in my watercolor set. Ooh, I like this color. It's really pretty. And then we can give like a, something I've liked doing recently is giving watercolor paintings like an outline in watercolor instead of using a liner. So I'm kind of all over the place with my steps because I wanted to give more layers to this and I'm just outlining, but oh well. Let's just see how this goes. I can't do worse than messing up, right? Could be better, could be worse. I took a little break from painting because it had to dry because I used a lot of water in this area, but now that it is completely dry, I think I'm gonna add some more of the line worky stuff that I added on the mask already and some extra details, and then maybe we're done. Let's see. So I'm just gonna mix some more of that purple. Nice and dark. Ooh, look at that. Yes, that looks like some galaxy kind of thing. So I'm just gonna add it here. It's so satisfying to do like the line art stuff. I feel like doing outlines, especially in watercolor, really brings the whole thing together a bit more because it can, like with watercolor, it's kind of an unpredictable medium no matter how much you try to control it. At least for me, it always, you know, kind of still does its own thing. So I really enjoy adding line work because it feels like the whole thing is really coming together and it just feels more cohesive and not as random, I guess, with the lines and everything. I need to practice drawing clothes more because I don't do that often enough. That sounds so stupid, but I do draw a lot of naked people, so I guess not that many clothes there. Or I draw a lot of skin tight clothes or just very simple stuff, and not enough skirts and stuff with like a lot of folds. So yeah. Oh god, that whole explanation just sounds so wrong. I don't draw clothes. Other people are just naked that I draw. Just adding some sort of like hatching is always fun as well. Especially when you have like some line variation, I really like that look. Went from really thick to kind of more thin. And that one. Nice. The uniform turned out a lot more monotone than I first thought, but I guess it's fine because this area is very colorful. And it's supposed to be the main focus anyway, so I guess that's not really a problem. Sometimes your drawings really just take on a life of their own and do what they want, and then they just turn out completely different from what you thought. But that's fine. It's just a sketchbook sketch anyway. Yeah, even when things don't go as expected, you kind of have to learn to accept that. I know it's really difficult when you're like starting a sketchbook and you want the first page to look really good, and then maybe it doesn't turn out how you expected or wanted to or whatever. You gotta remember, sketchbook is for practice, so you learn from your failures, and maybe that will actually help you more than you making like a drawing that you're fine with and then you didn't really learn anything new with it because you stayed in your comfort zone. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's okay to kind of try bold stuff on the first page as well. It can be difficult to be, I guess, confident enough for that, but if you're at that point where you're like, I guess I could try that, then I say go for it. Because with this drawing, I'm definitely a little bit out of my comfort zone. With like all the smoke and stuff, I like drawing stuff like that, but I don't do it a lot, and I don't know, it's just with this drawing I'm feeling a little bit yeah, out of my comfort zone. Ooh, I feel like I might not actually mess the sand up even though I struggled with it before. Oh my god, it didn't turn out completely crap. Yay! Okay, yeah, the paper is too rough here, so the watercolor is kind of struggling here, but we can do it. Okay, we did it. We good, fam. Crisis averted, sort of. Now for the other hand. The other hand, I don't know if you can tell, probably not, is holding a lucky charm. And I really need to nail down this hand's pose, otherwise it will look really weird. So I'm just gonna... Already messed up. Fun. Can I save this corner? Kinda. Okay. I guess that's fine. I'll just stop playing around with it, otherwise I will ruin it completely. That's also a thing. I tend to try and overwork areas and then I just make it worse instead of making it better. And then I want to cry. Here goes the little baby lucky charm. Okay. Sweet. Now I'll add some more depth to the smoky cloudies. Because some of that detail that I already kind of painted in got lost when I added the orange wash on top. To give it kind of a faded look, or like a gradient, whatever. Ooh, I like that swirl right here. Like this one. Yes! Looking good! I'm gonna add a little bit more red into the paint to get a bit of a darker line here. All right, I think that's pretty good. One thing, or like two things are left to do actually. I need to do something with like the inside of the mask's mouth with the teeth and everything. And then I'll add some final details to the mask itself, add some more contrast, and then maybe I'll add a final outline with like a gel pen or something, and then we're done, hopefully. So let's pray that I don't mess it up right now, and then I think we're good. So I'm just gonna pick a bit of a magenta color, mix it with the purple that we mixed before, and then I'll kind of go in here and carve this out to leave the teeth white. Like that. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll just make this a bit darker here by dropping some of the darker paint into the still wet lighter color, because that way it will not go into the white spaces, because it's just going to spread within the area that is still not dry. Ooh, nice. That's a cute gradient. I can live with that. Okay, now let's make this a bit darker at the eye. And add some lines with the same dark color. And now I'll use a bit more of the red again to give some more redness to, I guess, I don't know what this is, like a lip kind of thing here on the side. Make it look a bit more demonic. Ooh, okay. I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna let this dry again, and then I'll add some final refinements with the gel pen just to really make some areas pop, and maybe we'll go in with the gel pen as well to add some extra highlights, but I'm not sure about that yet. And I'll see you in a second. With the first drawing in the sketchbook complete, there was one thing left to do because the cover obviously didn't have to get decorated. So I still wanted to make a little tag for the first page, like the very first one when you open it, that is like on the back of the hardcover, where it says like when I started the sketchbook and when I finished it. And for this I just took a little random yellow post-it and I drew a torii gate on it because I thought it would look really nice. And then after I sketched that out, I colored it in with a orange Posca pen and another like ink brush pen felt tip thing I had. So just two colors in it to make it look very flat, no shading, kind of, yeah, just a very simple illustration. And then I stuck that in the sketchbook. I hope you guys had fun with this video of me starting my 11th sketchbook. I certainly did. The drawing was really cool to do, and I tried kind of a different editing style with this, where I did more real-time parts and just kind of cut to the parts of the video where I had something to say about the drawing I was making in real time. So feel free to leave me some feedback on what you thought about that. Just kind of trying to make my videos a little bit better step by step. So yeah, if you have any feedback on the editing, I would really appreciate it. And if you would like to see more of my art, you can follow me on Instagram. It's linked down below, the same as my YouTube handle. And you can also join the community Discord with the link down below. We chat there, hang out, share our art together in our small community. So yeah, if you want to join in on the art fun, feel free to join the Discord, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys!